Hello guys, Sean Play 2, welcome back for our new video. Today, you may hear a fan, I do apologise, it is hot here in the UK. I have a list, and I've got a list of my favourite classic companions. Now I'm going to do this for the new series on its own, and then I'm going to do it all together, and then I'm going to do the best looking lady of the whole of the series. Least to the best as well. So that's what I wanted to do anyways, in my opinion. So this is my least favorite to favorite in classic series, and I'll give my reasons why, maybe talk a bit about it. So least is Chameleon. Chameleon was barely in it. He barely had more than one word really to say, and he was just a robot. He barely moved really goodly. He was the Fifth Doctor's companion, and I felt sorry for the Fifth Doctor because he wasn't really a companion. He was neither a companion nor he was just there. He was just a robot. He just did absolutely nothing. Next up is Melanie Bush, and yeah, I do like the actress. I can't remember her name now. From EastEnders and all that. But in this, no. Okay, Melanie Bush. Next up is Tegan Jovanka, and she's just there. And the next one is Adric. And Adric, well, I think the character wasn't the actor. The actor's fine. The character was just very annoying, and they couldn't wait to kill him off. And what they do, they killed him off. So Adric is my next one, number 4. Next one is Dodo whatever. The reason why she's number 5, last is fifth last, is because even the people who made the character couldn't figure out what she is, and if she was English, but was it Australian American? She had all different accents and all that. If you want a character, you want them with one accent. You don't want them to have all different accents. They'll have one accent. You don't keep using different accents. So that's why she's fifth last. Next up we have is Vicky. Vicky was just the replacement of Susan. So that's why she is there. Next up is Nisa. Nisa was alright, I suppose, but really not much to the character, in my opinion. That's why she's, I think, 7th last. Next up, though, this is kind of weird. Before I continue with this, certain people like Benton and Sergeant Yates aren't on this list because of I don't really count them as companions. I just count them as, I don't know, background characters. But then I do count the Brigadier. Sarah Kingston's my next. Oh no, Sarah Kingston. Sorry, Katarina's my next one. Katarina is next because she was barely in it, and as I'm a young Doctor Who fan, I never saw those ones. I saw only a couple of that do assist, so I don't really know much about her. Maybe if her episodes do survive, I might think more to her, but she's just one of those, people who believed the Doctor was a god and he lived in a temple, and that's about it. That was it, really. Next up, Sarah Kingston. She wasn't in it much, but she was better than I think much of the other people I just mentioned, and that's it. I can't really be negative. Polly and Ben were just to be together. Next up, we got Polly and Ben. I got them together like that. Oh, they should rejoin. I don't know what to say about these characters. They were just there for the going over period, to the new Doctor. That was it, really. Some people might like them, some people might hate them. I don't really hate them, I don't really like them neither, really. Next up is Romana 1. Well, Romana. We not have Romana 1 and Romana 2, we just have Romana. And really, Romana was just a bit of a boring one. Romana 2 was there. Well, Romana 1 was like different characters. Romana 1 was there to be more smart than Doctor, and then she became more a companion. Romana 2 was there to be the companion. So they couldn't really settle down her character, in my opinion. Next up, we have Tolo, not really but a hero at first, and then he turns into a hero. That's why he's a bit more higher up the list for me. Tolo is next. Next up is Perry Brown, and yeah, probably one of the best looking companions. Good companion there, in my opinion, for the Sixth Doctor anyway. It's probably his best companion. Who's next? We got Ace. Ace is the kid companion. She's every kid who wants to be the Doctor's companion. That is Ace. Next up, we have Barbara Wright, and she's a maths teacher, or was it English teacher? She's a teacher, anyways. Got that probably wrong. She's one of those two, I think. Anyways, she's next up. I don't really have a negative word to say about Barbara Wright. Next up, we have Layla, and yeah, good fourth Doctor companion, in my opinion. Next up, we have Jo Grant. Yeah, I don't think she's higher than I think a lot of people might think she would be on this list, but for me, she's here. This is my list, by the way. This isn't what people pick. This is my personal list. Next up, we have after Jo Grant, we have Brigadier, and Brigadier is here because there's a lot of companions, but he's got to be somewhere, and I think he's got to be high on my list, but he isn't better than some companions, and he isn't worse than other companions. Next up, we have is Susan Foreman. Susan Foreman is next, and she was basically the first companion for me. She was the Doctor's first companion. She was there from the start, and she was the one who, ran away with him in the box. Next up, after Susan, we have Stephen Taylor. Stephen Taylor was one of those disbelievers, and then he became a believer, and he became a good friend of the Doctor. So that is why he's next on me. Next, after Stephen Taylor, is K9. K9 is the robotic dog. He is the best companion, one of the best companions there are. That is what you do with a companion who can barely move. Well, he can move, but he can barely move. Make him have attitude, make him have personality. That's what you do with a robot, not a comedian. That is why K9 is so high up my list than comedian. Next up, though, we have Ian Chesterton. Probably one of the best companions there is, and one of the best ambassadors there is. He's a great man, and he deserves to be up high this list. Next up, Jamie McCruen. He is the Doctor's companion, the best male Doctor companion in my mind, and that is why he's second on my list. And next up, last but not least, it's Sarah Jane Smith. Now, we will not be counting K9 and Sarah Jane on the next list, but if we did, they'd be up high, probably top as well. But we're not doing it because we're not going to count them over and over again. But Sarah Jane is the Doctor's companion. She always will be. She's probably the best one there is, and that's why she's so high this list. Okay, guys, that's the end of this classic companion ratings. Please like, comment, subscribe, lowest to best. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and bye for now. Bye.